I've told people this. The best word I can use to describe my experience was just surreal. Because my first day was at Wrigley Field, and showing up to Wrigley Field and seeing the whole spectacle of it was very special to me, because I grew up watching Cubs baseball. You know, Cubs and Braves on TBS and WGN. You know, so the whole experience of just being there and seeing it firsthand, and being there when everybody was sitting in the outfield bleachers, you know, having a good time, having a party in the outfield bleachers, it was pretty amazing. And it was overwhelming the first time I stepped onto that field. And I think the most overwhelming part of it was seeing my dad down the left field line and shaking hands, and neither one of us just said anything. It was just, I think we both knew what we wanted to say but couldn't really say it, you know. This spring's been different for me because it's almost like you see a light at the end of the tunnel. You know, every year I've been to spring training before, you've always been trying to work to get ahead, work to get to that next level. And now I'm not there yet, but you see it in sight. And it pushes you that much more because you know that it's within range. And I've come to this spring training knowing that I got to get ready to play in April, but at the same time knowing that I'm fighting for a job. Whether I have a great chance of winning that job or not, I know that I'm fighting for one. You know, every day is coming out here trying to prove what you can do and show them that you can play at this level. And I think this is different this year because I know that if I have a good spring and I go out and start having a good season, there's a good chance that I could be in that lineup or on that team somewhere. And that's, for me, been the hardest part so far, is knowing that every day counts and that every drill we do counts, and knowing that I have to be on my game every time I step on the field. I think I saw last year what was going to get me to the big leagues, and that's hitting the ball. And I've been learning a lot more positions just so that if there's a void somewhere, I can fill it. Because right now I want to make sure that I'm doing what I do best and hitting the ball. And now I can play 5 different positions, because my last position I had to learn is third base. And I think that's going to help me out tremendously, because at some point, should somebody go down and they need somebody to fill a void, I know I can come in and fill that void. So I think they've made my value as a player a lot higher by letting me start playing these other positions. And I think it's really going to help the ball club out a lot more, because at some point, if they need a position filled, that they know they have somebody that can do that. And I think one of the biggest things about learning these positions is knowing that they have a vested interest in me and keeping me around, and letting me have an opportunity to win a job at some time or another. And so I think it's really helping me out from the standpoint where it's going to give me a lot more opportunities later on down the road.
Besides a lot of cards.
I'll tell you what, excitement. That's the story I'm going to give, because he is a fun manager to watch, fun manager to play for, and he is a player's coach. And he'll go to bat for you if you think an umpire made a bad call. You're going to see some fun times on the field from him, and he is a great fan-friendly coach too. He's really good with the fans. He's really good with the people. And one characteristic I can say from the teams I've played for him before is that they're gonna put their nose in it every day and get after it. He really expects you to go out and play hard. He really rewards the guys that go out and are tough and play hard and go out every day and play hard. And I think that's what you're going to see from him this year. You're going to see a lot of fun times, a lot of excitement, but yet a team that's going to go out there and give it everything they've got every day.